This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत, झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत, झूमेगा भारत.
Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, welcome and adab. You are listening to Bharat FM, a one-of-its-kind, multilingual, eclectic provider of entertainment, information and news to Indian Americans. Headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bharat FM airs shows out of Cincinnati, Chicago and Phoenix. We take pleasure in our ability to cater to your bhakti, chusti, sfurti, shakti and masti needs with our audio and visual shows. Check out bharatfm.com for our online program schedule and archives. I'm sure the content will definitely tickle your senses. Tune in via the 24-hour web streaming on bharatfm.com or via the Bharat FM app. More information can be procured at 513-488-5070.
Namaste and welcome to another episode of Decoding Victory, formerly known as Vijayapatha. We are greatly privileged, honored and blessed to be in the presence of His Holiness Swami Ishatmanandaji, President of Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago. Please help me welcome Swami Ishatmanandaji, His Holiness, revered President of Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago, to our program once again.
Namaskar.
Pranam, Swamiji.
Namaskar, namaskar.
I hope you're doing well.
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being on our program once again.
I am very happy that you have called me once again.
Oh, it is definitely our pleasure, our honor that you are here. And we know that March is once again, your schedule has become busy. You are giving discourses online, but despite that, you accepted our invitation. So thank you once again, Swamiji. Now, we did hear from Swamiji in our session 1 of Vijayapatha, where we went through his life journey, an extraordinary life journey of a monk. We all came to know about the rigorous training and disciplined student life that you go through in the beginning before you take over monkhood. And then even after that, all the various struggles and victories that you had in Andaman and then Arunachal Pradesh. And then once you came to Chicago, all that was very interesting and extremely inspirational for us, Swamiji. So thank you for sharing that with us. Now, today's program, we would like to really understand more about Swami Vivekananda's message to the West, and also a little bit more understanding of Advaita and Vedanta philosophy. So, if you don't mind, let us begin with Swami Vivekananda's speech back in 1893, which made history. And even after more than 100 years, we are still talking about it. Could you please give our viewers an idea why Parliament of Religions and this particular speech was so monumental?
Oh, thank you. This is really, really very interesting, because that was that particular event that happened 1893, 11 September at 10 o'clock, when the bell rang for 10 times, and the 10 different religious groups in a procession, they entered into that hall, which is still there in the Art Institute, Fullerton Hall. And there Swami Vivekananda represented Hinduism. So I will take a little time to tell you that they invited all religions of the world, of course, different varieties of the Christianities and the other religion, including very new religion like the Brahmo Samaj. They were also invited, but they didn't invite Hinduism as such. The Jains came, Buddhists came, and Brahmo Samaj, a very new spiritual movement, that was also represented over there. but not Hinduism. Maybe that they were confused whom to invite. In the Hinduism's varieties. So in the meantime, when that was published in the Hindu, in the that still published the newspaper in South India, so they came to know about it. And that time they requested Swami Vivekananda, because Vivekananda was the only Hindu monk who could speak English very fluently. The English was taboo in those days. The monk should not use the English. They should speak in Sanskrit, and that was. But Vivekananda was, because he was studied in Calcutta University, so they requested him to come. Then the very interestingly, the four kings, the rulers, one from the Gujarat, one from Rajasthan, one from South, and they contributed money, and the general masses from all over, they also contributed, mainly students and teachers. They collected funds, and they told, you must have to go. So he came over here, not knowing actually where he is going. And in India, the monks, they go, they give the talk, that's all. But here you need the credential, that he was not aware. But he came over here some other day. It is a big, really interesting history. Those who are really, they like to know the modern India, so they should read the biography of Swami Vivekananda, because he gave the shape of this modern India.
Right.
So the India was under the subjugation of the foreign rulers almost for 700, 800 years. So 700, 800 means we can say 9 generation, 10 generation. So we were under the subjugation. So we lost all our original thing. It is Vivekananda who gave back. That is the most important thing. So when he got that opportunity by the blessings of the God, he had a letter somehow from a professor of the Harvard University, but that he lost. When he was coming back again from Boston to Chicago, he lost that. He misplaced that letter. Then he forgot the address of the person he wanted to meet. Then he was wondering. Then ultimately it was cold and it was chill that day, and no one allowed him to enter into the hotel even because of his color. And naturally, he had to go. The whole day he walked without food, without water. Then ultimately he understood that he is going to die. Then he said, since I am going to die, it is better that I should die in a holy place. So he went and sat on the steps of a church. Church was closed. He sat over there and started meditating. He knew that that is the last moment for him. From then onwards, miracles started happening, because his master, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, never wanted that he should represent Hinduism with the help of somebody else. So the God will help him. So that was, I feel, in that way. Exactly opposite the side of the road, one lady came to close the window and saw a young man is meditating, and as if the light is emanating from his body. The American, the unknown people near to their houses, immediately they will call police or ask their people to go and make that man go away from there. But instead, this lady, the Mrs. Hell, she crossed the road, went to the person, Swami Vivekananda, and told, Sir, are you a member of the parliamentary religion? Swamiji told, I have come to attend that meeting, but I don't have any credential, mother. And just as he called mother, she told, my husband is an influential person. Will you please come to my house? So he went to their house and the history began. That was the 9th September evening. 10th September, whole day, the elderly couple, Mr. and Mrs. Hell, they took this young man and started meeting all the officials. And ultimately, the evening, 10th evening, it was decided, okay, For 5 minutes, he will be given the opportunity. As because he was not in the list of speakers, but somehow they adjusted. So 5 minutes, 11 September, 10 o'clock, this young man went without any preparation because he was not knowing actually what is going to happen. So Swamiji himself said, then when he went and then they were announcing his name, go and speak. It was, I like some time. So the morning time was over, morning session was over, afternoon session began. First time again, he said, give me a little more time because we can understand, he was a little confused. A person like Vivekananda, he was meditating on Devi Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Please help me, help me, help me. Then someone whispered that this is the last call. You should not say no. Whatever comes into mind, go and say. And when the call came, he went, he stood over there and placing both the hands on his chest, and he said, sisters and brothers of America. So that was only, and the 7,000 people, when still that hall is there. The America's good thing is, as because it's a big country and a rich country, they preserve all the historical things. To some extent, they have changed that hall, which was for 7,000 people. Now it is an art institute. But that particular hall, which can accommodate nearly 300 to 400 people, but that stage is there. And on that stage, there's exactly the same stage. He stood over there and said, now I will tell you, Vijaya, what happened. This is called the presence of God. We sometimes ask, is the God there? If that is not the proof, then what is the proof? What he said, English words, sisters and brothers, that's all. So many people also say that in the same day. But no one got the attention as from Vivekananda got. That touched the hearts of those 7,000 people because the Vedanta says, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are, though different linguistic group and so many varieties, but as a being, we are all the same because within our heart, that Chaitanya, the consciousness, that is there. So they understood that, the feeling of that. Otherwise, only for that half a sentence, 2 minutes they went on clapping.
Wow.
And this is the report we are not writing. The gentleman who was organizing the barrows, he wrote it. Still the book is with me. That is the way they understood Vivekananda. What happened actually? Your question. I should not go on expanding.
No, that's okay, Swamiji. Very interesting account. Thank you. Yes, please.
So this is what happened, in one lecture, the 11th September, the lecture, he built a bridge between India and America. The Indian, they were not aware about the America. And this is the first time the external world, Europe and America, they came to know about India. They started respecting India. And the one lady afterwards, she wrote, Sister Kristen, and she wrote, I started loving India by just hearing from the mouth of Swami Vivekananda. When he used to pronounce Bharat Barsha, India, my country, we used to feel that is something we must love. And sometime one lady told Swamiji, I'd like to give you a gift, which will make you happy. The Swamiji's reply was unique. If you like to make me happy, love India. Oh. So that way they came to know about India. And almost all the lectures, he was there and almost every day, because he became attractive. The people used to listen only to his lecture. So almost every day they will keep him at the end of any function. So the people will be waiting in the program only to listen to him. And people started understanding about the India, Indian culture, Indian women, Indian religion, Indian languages, only India, India. So all the time he was talking about the India. So this is the way he introduced India to the world, and world started respecting India. That was the first time. Before him, so many people went to the Great Britain and all that, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and so many kings they used to go, but all this to go and this to praise the foreigners,
Hmm.
the oppressors, those who were on our shoulder, because they were afraid. If they say something else, maybe they will be punished. Vivekananda was a monk, and he was not carrying anyone else except God. So he told the truth. Then one gentleman commented, Swamiji, if you had visited this place 50 years before, they would have stoned you to death. Man, you are so bold and you are telling in such a way. I am telling the truth. So he introduced India to the world, and the world intelligent people, they started getting attracted to India. And you will find they started researching about India, reading about India, all those things started. And again, in India, that was the first time the Britishers divided us so many different ways. First is Hindu Muslim. That was the big thing. And I always say, go and search in the Google. Before the Britishers came, there was no riot in the name of religion between Hindu and Muslim. It was only the kings. The kings are fighting. Muslim king and Hindu king, they're fighting. And it is natural. The when we become strong, we go and capture other people. Like that, it goes on.
Correct.
But in the name of religion, we never fought. It is Britishers that divided us. And still we are so divided. It is Britishers who divided the Bengalis and Punjabis. You know why? Because Punjabis were physically very strong, and Bengalis were in those days they used to consider very intelligent. So Bengalis, they converted the Bengalis were very good business community, but they reduced them to clerk. And then they took to all over India and different places to manage their offices. The engineers, then the doctors, then the station masters, like that, they divided. Then South India, North India, these, that, they divided. It is Vivekananda when he said, India, India is my motherland, and and he addressed each and every one, know that you are born to be sacrificed for the cause of your motherland. Your janma, the birth of yours, is only meant for this. Unified the whole India. And that was the unique thing. They all forgot this linguistic, religious, and the races, all differences. They became all united. And he was the philosopher behind the Indian freedom movement. As I told in the last time, the Congress and all those, they were there, the groups were there, but they never claimed about the Indian freedom that came much, much afterwards. When Swami Vivekananda, 1897, gave the call, freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the first condition of growth. And that electrified the whole India. So this is important. This is important for the Indians. They do not know, they do not understand so deeply, but they know something happened in the 11th September, and that has changed the whole India. The psychology changed. Our ladies, who were always behind the curtain, they came out to face the brutality of the British army and police. And they were side by side, shoulder to shoulder, they fought with the men for the freedom of India. Contribution of Vivekananda. So this day is important. This particular lecture is important because of this. Rejuvenated India, new India, not only in religious and linguistic language also. The people started learning English because that is the language means what? Communication. The India was having so many things. If we learn the English, immediately we can communicate. So that is the way Vivekananda rejuvenated. Thank you. That is the first answer. I took a long time.
No, definitely not, Swamiji. Please don't worry about that. It is wonderful to know about these days of history, especially younger generation do not know all the details. So it is wonderful to hear that. And also the ordeals that Swami Vivekananda went through even before, this monumental speech. I think that is very inspiring for us to know. And you mentioned one book. If anybody is interested to know more, um, you mentioned
Hmm.
which book that they could read,
Well, the,
Swamiji?
the biography of Swami Vivekananda,
Okay,
if there are many biographies, particularly by Swami Nikhilananda, he
okay,
wrote for the Americans at the modern day, our children, they will understand that English better. So the Nikhilananda's biography, Swami Vivekananda, I would recommend that book. It will be really, really good. And
wonderful.
another
Yes,
book that I have published over here, that is called Chicago and Vivekananda. That is a wonderful book. You will find all the people and the places connected with Vivekananda in Chicago, of course, not whole America, in Chicago. So if someone wants to go to all the places so where Vivekananda visited, that book will help them, and also the people. So that is
so anybody interested can get the book from your bookstore.
bookstore. An
And
online bookstore is there, so they can
online
go.
bookstore. Okay. So viewers, please note, if you are interested to get any of the publications from Vivekanand Vedanta Society, kindly visit their website
And
and you can please
they can come
order
in
them.
person also in a small group,
Okay.
two, 4, 5 people. So we are
Okay.
allowed to take nearly 15 people, 25 people. So the government allowed us as a church. So 4, 5 people together, they are coming and putting the mask and keeping the distances.
Okay.
Physically also they can come and they can go through our bookstore.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting us know, Swamiji. Very nice to hear about the this particular speech and the Parliament of Religions, how it happened that day, and though in 1893, back so long ago. But very impressive for us to know that so many years ago they were talking about unity, about
Mm.
bringing religions together. Even today, we are struggling to see that unity in the world,
Mm.
but that is amazing to hear. And also, as you mentioned, if we get the book, we will know what other places are there in Chicago where Swamiji visited. So anybody interested can visit them too. And now, Swamiji, how relevant is Swami Vivekananda's message to today's world? Could you
That is
kindly shed some light on that, please?
in the today's world. Actually, if you will wonder, even the Pope, the head of the Catholic Christian society, he is also talking about the unity of different religions. It was unthinkable, unthinkable. Now he is telling that there are good religions and good advices. We should keep our doors and windows open to receive them. Can you think that these people are talking like this? This is the impact. First. Second, all over the world, there are many, many organizations. Here in Chicago, there is an organization. I am also a trustee of that organization. That's called Parliament of World's Religions. But they have mixed the social things and political things and many things with that, as because this religion, the Christianity and other religions, they always talk about that. So they have mixed it up, but that organization is still there. And you will wonder, Swami Vivekananda spoke about serving the people, and you must know there are two very famous clubs are there. One is Lions Club and Rotary Club, and both their main headquarters they started over here in Chicago, and that too in one 1905, another maybe 1917, something like that. So I've forgotten exact date. And their motto, this rich people, unless you are very rich, you won't be able to, you can't become a member of that club, the Lions Club and Rotary Club. You know their motto? Both of them, they are telling that service to other people are first. So where from they learned it? Influence of Swami Vivekananda. Go back to India. Previously, all the monastic organizations, the only idea was go get some food from the villagers and go inside somewhere in the cave and do meditation. You get liberation and go away. Don't think about anything else, because this world is illusory, the world is full of sin. That was all. And if you are working, then naturally the karma phala will come, so don't work. All these things came, and Vivekananda changed it. I will just tell you the one story that happened long back. The Swamiji told, if you can see God by closing your eyes within your heart, whom you are seeing? The God which is in every being. Ishavashamidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. You are reading in the Upanishad, Ishopanishad, very first verse, God is in everything. If God is in everything, why not go and serve the poor people? It is Vivekananda who asked you are in thousands and thousands of monks and nuns. Not only right this moment, when you were born, you survive in the society, you took so many things from the society. And in return, what you are giving? Only hate. Oh, don't touch me, don't come near to me, I am holier than thou. So that is the attitude Vivekananda taught them. No, you better go and serve this. How we should serve? Go and give them education and take some globes and show them. So this is India. This is the capital, Delhi. And these are the people we are living over here. Let them have some idea about their own country, own society, and then some economy, then how they can help themselves, and then little education. I think the last lecture I told, the education, Vivekananda again and again said, I want that education by which one can stand on one's own feet. They give them self-respect, give education to the women, and they will solve their own problem. So this is the way Vivekananda utilized the sannyasins who are completely free and dedicated to focus on the living gods and goddesses. So by that way, Vivekananda's teaching is very, very relevant. And nowadays, we talk about Vivekananda and how Vivekananda is talking. He talked about the economy. He talked about the education. He talked about the society. He talked about the women, and also how to help the masses, the millions and millions of masses. They don't know actually that they are human beings. They are utilized all the time. And that is the reason Vivekananda cried and said, lo, the descendants of the rishis have become next door neighbor to brutes. So this Vivekananda is so relevant, particularly the modern day, these our children. So though after the independence, those who are born, they are free. Their thoughts are free. Previously, when we were taught in this way, when we were young, whenever you hear from someone, you should not, even if you think that that is not good, you should not go and say, sir, you are telling the not correct thing. So should not say that. So you have to be humble, you have to be like this, you have to be like that. Even today, that is the training we find. That is, to some extent, it's good. But nowadays, the children, they like to know what is the problem.
Okay.
You talk about this. These people can truly understand Hinduism, truly understand Vedanta, because the Vedanta is a science. The Vedanta says you need not to believe anyone. You better research and find out the truth. So that is the way Vivekananda's inspiration for making the society, Vivekananda's inspiration for developing an individual life is still very, very important, even today, and very much today.
Thank you, Swamiji. That was very informational for us. Now, Swamiji, how can spirituality, philosophy, Vedanta help us with our daily life, especially in today's world when people are suffering from anxiety and depression?
So, what is religion? Religion is nothing but love. So, if the religion is truly taught, what people will learn? Love. So, this is that in the old generation, what they used to do, just to go to the Guru Griha. I told that the Guru Griha, what they will learn, the understanding each other. A king's son, a prince has also come, and he is also sleeping by the side of a very poor peasant son and the cultivator's son. So they grow up together. They understand each other. And the cultivator's son also have the opportunity, if necessary, to call the friend who is now the ruler. Hey, I am in suffering. I am in this problem. Can you please help me? So this friendship, this understanding, the how people are suffering, this is the way religion should tell. Understand that when you suffer, the same suffering is also the other. Feel like that. So by this way, the true spirituality. And what is philosophy? Philosophy is to get the answer: who is the creator, what is the creation, and what is the relation between the creator and the creation, and nothing else. The answer to these three questions. That is philosophy. Now, those who are speaking about the philosophy, they very simple way tell this. There's some of the people they are telling the creation has come from God. Then the question comes, who is God? Who created God? Then you must answer that. Then what is this, the world, how God created? Not God just wished and it was created. Then any creation means there must be the material cause and intellectual cause. What was the material cause and who is the intellectual cause? So this philosophy, if people they learn, any scientist also can learn, a doctor can learn, and a lawyer can learn, and a politician can learn. These are the three questions only. So we think the philosophy means a terrible thing, and somebody with big long beard all the time looking at the sky and talking with somebody we don't know. It is nothing like that. Philosophy means only three answers. Who is the creator? What is this creation? What is the relation between the creator and the creation? And what is Vedanta? Vedanta means self-confidence. Vedanta is nothing but the Swami Vivekananda, he said, what is Vedanta? Self-confidence. I can do. If they can do, the Tom, Dick, Harry, if they can do, I too can do. So that is what Swami Vivekananda all the time is teaching. But the self-confidence is not ego. So when you have the self-confidence, immediately, oh, the people who are suffering now, what will happen? They will understand what is going to happen. Ultimately, I'm going to die. That much. Nothing else. And even if I am in a very good shape, maybe I'm the son of Ambani or somebody, I'm going to die someday. Even the Ambani will also die. Each and everyone is going to die. Then why should I cry right this moment?
Correct.
Well, that is the self-confidence. So I was traveling from Calcutta to in a flight to Port Blair, and you know that the sometimes the weather changes and the whole flight it was people start because it was a lot of sound was coming. They were not knowing what is it. People naturally they started screaming, crying, shouting. You know, all things were going on. Then there was the gentleman, MLA. He was the leader and member of parliament. He knew me. He was sitting by my side. He told Swamiji, can you please say something? I told, say it is not legal to speak from the microphone of this. No, 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 no. We are going to die. Now, know what legal and you please say something. Then I stood up and told friends, suppose we all die. Suppose we all die. And what will happen? With the black box in the here, they are recording that we are so afraid of death. then the generation, those who will listen to that blackboard, a black box, they will only listen to our screaming and shouting and crying. And these people are so poor, they are not very strong people. Let us all sing together. And if we die together, through songs only we'll die. And when they will listen, they will appreciate us. Oh, so courageous people. They never afraid of death. So I started singing a simple, and then immediately they were also repeating. And after 5 minutes, we forgot that fear. Let it jump, and what is there? So that is the way Vedanta means self-confidence. If you can give the confidence to the people, everything changes. As I will take one more line. So the one person in what's called Madras, I never saw him. Only he wrote from there. So he was a convict. He killed someone for that. He was going to die. So he became frustrated. He wanted to kill himself. So he, to commit suicide, so he somehow collected a blade and then went inside the library of the jail and wanted to sit in one corner. Then before that, he thought, okay, let me read some books. So he was reading some books, and that books were Swami Vivekananda's Thoughts of Power. That is the small book, but that really gives so much strength. Thoughts of Power. He read that book and he became, Swamiji is telling, you can do anything and everything. Why don't think that you are weak? You can do, you can do, you can do. So he said, why should I should commit suicide? Whatever has happened, happened. Let me change my life from now. So he started reading books. He changed his behavior. He became very good. And when he used to talk wisely. So the jail authority appointed him. So he cannot go out because of life imprisonment. So it's okay, but you should teach the religion to these other convicts over here. So he wrote us, Vivekananda saved my life, changed my life. And what is Vedanta? Self-confidence. Self-confidence. The children, the students who are not good in study, they're thinking, what will happen to me? What will happen? So it's nothing. You are going to be somebody someday. It doesn't matter if you are not good in mathematics or science and this and that. You are good in something. And you will surely be getting that, because society will surely give you, because you are going to get what you deserve. So have that faith. So the philosophy and the Vedanta and spirituality, it really can change the whole human society from that what's called when we are breaking and when we are thinking that we are done, nothing, no one can help, from that 0 point to ultimate success, if we properly utilize the spirituality, philosophy, and Vedanta.
That is a wonderful explanation, Swamiji. So looks like by understanding Vedanta, we are getting closer to the ultimate knowledge, ultimate truth, and we get self-confidence to lead our life in the right way.
Right,
That is
That's
a wonderful message for all of us. And viewers, I would like to take a moment to let you know that we are having a discussion with revered Swamiji Ishatmanandaji from Vivekananda Vedanta Society. And kindly leave your message. If you have any questions for him, please do put it in the comment box. Thank you for tuning in today. And we will continue this enlightening discussion and conversation with Swamiji. Swamiji, in today's world, it seems like many people are after wealth, comforts, fame, and a lavish lifestyle. Is this correct? What, in your opinion, do you think is it correct? And do you think this is how people should get happiness from? And what needs to be done if it is not correct? What needs to be done to bring about a change in people's thoughts and outlook?
And now this again, in the idea of Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, nothing wrong. And particularly the Indian philosophy, they always say that you should have to have the prosperity, worldly prosperity and spiritual prosperity, the Nistrayasha and Abhudaya. If you study the philosophy, it says the Nistrayasha, what is religion? That gives us Nistrayasha and Abhudaya. What is Abhudaya? The worldly prosperity. And what is Nistrayasha? The spiritual understanding, clear spiritual understanding. The person who is having the capacity to earn money by utilizing his intellect and his strength, he should earn money, but not by deceiving others, not by cheating others or looting others. Proper way. The one teacher, he needed some extra money, so he went to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and said, "Sir, is it good to earn extra money to maintain the family?" Sri Ramakrishna said, "Of course, why not?" That misunderstanding of Tyaga that came into our society, Indian society, Bharat Barsha, they came to know from the Lord Buddha particularly, and then from the Jains also. But that is meant for some people who are ready to sacrifice, not for all. Why? The society should be powerful. Otherwise, nothing can happen. I always say that the society means is like a tree, and the root is economy. And economically, if we are strong, the whole nation, the whole world will come at our feet. Why they went to India? Whole Europe went to India. Why? We never invited them, and they never went over there as a tourist. Because we were so wealthy. If you look at the pictures, the painted pictures of our kings, so wealthy they were, but so humble. And after a certain time, they used to give that to their son and they will return. This is important. The rich people, if they are earning a lot of money, nothing wrong in it. Then if they give it back to the society, that is good for them and for the society too.
Correct.
I have the capacity to earn. Of course, you should earn. Swami Vivekananda say the rich people should spend more. Otherwise, how the market? Now, a poor man is spending one toothpaste by going on pasting on it and taking out the last bit from it. If the rich man is also doing the same, how the market is gonna? Rich man should use it as little and then throw and again go for purchasing because he can afford. Will you believe in our? They have admitted in our scripture, rich people are allowed, the kings are allowed to drink because they can afford it. So that is the way they should do. So that is in economy, we should try to develop our economy. And then the wonderful philosophy that we are already having, the Vedanta philosophy, the Hindu philosophy, Sanatan Dharma philosophy, and that will be accepted by the all over the world. Otherwise, as a beggar, if you are as a nation, you are begging, and at the same time talking about high philosophy, who is going to listen to you? So those who can earn, they should earn, but they should spend the money also properly. So that is the meaning. The two
Thank
words, if you can remember, Nistrayasha, that is spiritual. What is the spirituality? This world is temporary. It's not going to go with me. And Abhudaya, a development of these worldly things. I like to live in properly. The one couple was there. They used to live humbly. That I told, why do you live like this? No, Swamiji, we always hear this world is the. I told that is for us. The monks should practice that, not you. You should enjoy. Now you are married. Your wife likes to go to cinema, the movie, and enjoy and purchase some gold things to her. And if you are behaving like me to her, then what is there? the, the Swadharma, as a householder, you must earn a lot of money, give as maximum comfort that is necessary for your family. At the same time, you should also give a portion of that money for the development of the society. That much.
That is a very interesting answer that you gave to the question, Swamiji. But now with social media everywhere, Facebook and Instagram and so many other avenues, people I see that they are getting attracted to more superficial living, where they take selfies in places where they really can't afford, and they post it online, and they think all the different likes that they get, comments and compliments they get from people, they feel happy from that, and that just seems like not the true happiness. But somehow that has become infectious. It is spreading so much in the world. People are forgetting where they should seek true happiness and how they should go there, get on that right path. And I believe that was part of what we were trying to understand from you. How should people, or maybe how can we influence that people should get on the right path to true happiness?
So that is true. That as I was telling, that is for in general, but for the individual, particularly those who are young, they should also understand the original thing is always getting the respect. And if you are imitating, the people will never like it. They don't like it, and you will suffer a lot. The long back, I went to give a talk in a school. Found in India, I found some of the senior boys. They have colored their hair. In those days, that was one side is yellow, another side is blue, then like that, and they are sitting over there with so many chains hanging on from the neck. So in the lecture, as I always do, I told, see, there are two ways you can attract the people's attention. One, a monkey was going with so many the chains hanging from it, and then he was wearing a dress. So people were curious and they were looking at the monkey. That is one way you can get the attention. Another, a person was walking on the street and almost barefoot and a bare body and the round frame glasses, and he was not having the hair also, and he was having the stick to walk, and people stood in both the sides in great awe. Oh, our Gandhiji is walking. The Gandhiji never decorated him to get the attention. He got the attention because of his originality. And the people with great awe and respect, they look at this. And other people unnecessarily were trying, the more you were trying, more you are bringing bad names. So try to understand this. And I will say one thing, every age, and the young people, young generation, one wave it comes. When we were young, our seniors used to say, "Oh, they're going to asteroids. Look at them all the time doing this and doing that." So now we are telling our younger generation, "See, look at them, what they're happening." Only thing we should have to tell them, the understand, because you are intelligent. Is it truly going to give you happiness? If you are going for some temporary happiness by using the narcotics, and you will be ruined afterwards. So one should be very, very careful. I have given you the birth. I'm your mother. I'm your father. I am helped you to grow up to this. You got the education. Now it is your life. It is true. But if you choose to suffer, we will also suffer with you. But not only you are going to suffer, you are also making the whole society by that way. So it is a wastage of human life. But if you understand that as a human, I should give something to the society so they will always remember me. You need not to take the selfie and post it. People will come to take your photo and they
Right.
will worship your photo. So
Correct.
that
Correct.
is and Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness is more paying, but we don't have the patience to practice it. We need appreciation. We need all this. But if you become unselfish, you will get everything. But you don't have the patience to practice that. So that is the thing.
That is a wonderful message, Swamiji. I think, as you mentioned, giving back to the society, whatever we are
Yeah.
earning, part of it, giving it
Mhm.
back to the society. And also, as you mentioned, being selfless. Although it takes practice, it takes a lot of patience, but practicing that will probably be best for all of us. Thank you for this message, Swamiji. We do have a lot of our viewers with us, watching us and listening to your enlightening message. And we have a question for you as well, Swamiji. I would like to read that. Um, Seema Murthy from New Jersey is asking us, Swamiji, I would like to know from your perspective, is there a difference between philosophy and a religion?
See, a religion is a practice, and philosophy explain why we are practicing that. The philosophy is only to explain. So now that is the, suppose I am a Hindu and someone is a Christian and someone is a Muslim and someone Buddhist. We are all religious people. But why we are different, we call gods in a different way, we practice in a different way because of the philosophy. The religion is the practice, but the philosophy explain why we do like that. That is the thing.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that. And to our viewers, I would like to request you, if you are logged in through Facebook, please do share our live feed on your timelines. It is an amazing, rare blessing to have Swamiji with us on our program. We hope to spread this joy with others as well. So kindly share our live feed on your timeline so more members of your family and friends can take advantage of this program. Let us now continue our conversation with His Holiness Swami Ishatmanandaji. Swamiji, if you could please help us understand how can Advaita or Vedanta philosophy be applied in everyday life by common man? Is there one aspect that you would recommend that we could all practice every day?
See, that is the beautiful question. That's called applied Vedanta. The Vedanta is a abstract. And what is that abstract idea? Each soul is potentially divine. Each and every soul is having that divinity within. This is the idea. This is very abstract. How to apply it? Now, the Hindus, they long before they developed the 5 yajnas, sacrifices for the householders. Very simple. The first is Deva Yajna, then Rishi Yajna, then Pitri Yajna, Nri Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. These are Sanskrit names. The first is the Deva Yajna. When you get up in the early morning, in the morning, whenever, and then you remember God. If possible, and if you like, you can just burn an incense stick and put it before that God, and at least go and fold your hand and say, I don't know actually who are you, but I have heard that you are there as the consciousness. Please protect me and guide me so that I can continue in the path of righteousness. That is the first prayer in the morning. Then you can think about that you can open a holy book, whatever the holy book that you think, the Bhagavad Gita, the anything. Then you read 1 or 2 pages. Why? The rishis, they researched and gave those advices to us. And if we are not utilizing that, they're unhappy. So if you are reading that book, you will get the blessings. Maybe 1 or 2 pages. It don't take much time. So Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna, Pitri Yajna. Because of the family, I'm surviving. So every day we should remember our grandfather, grandmother, and father, mother, and whomever you can. So just say, thank you. Because of you, I'm surviving. And the respect will come for the father and the mother. If not physically, at least mentally, say pranam to your father and mother. They have sacrificed so much. That's why we are surviving today. So kritagnyata, that we always feel that. And then finally comes nrijagya. If it is not possible regularly to help one person, you can put away maybe a dollar bill in one corner and say that this is I'm keeping so that someday I can help someone who will need it. So by that way, $30 will be in one place, and after 6 months or 1 year, sufficient sum, and you can send it to some poor family and somewhere where that will be properly utilized, helping the poor. But that is called nrijagya, for the helping the people. That is all Vedanta. And then finally comes Bhuta Yajna. You must keep something for the birds, for the animals. See, all through, right from the God down to the animal, what is there? Love. And love is generating concern. Love is generating unselfishness. So you are sharing your own thing, your money, and also your time for others. And ultimately, your mind is becoming broad, full of love, full of concern. And from the human level, slowly you are going to the divine level, that's called God. So that is the practical application of Vedanta. If every family do it, the whole society will become heaven. This world will become heaven. That much I can say.
That is a beautiful explanation, Swamiji. Bringing out the divinity in everybody. That is amazing. That is so wonderful to hear.
The
And
Pancha Mahayagya.
Panchamahayagya. Yes. Thank you for enlightening us with this explanation. I hope all our viewers will try and understand Vedanta a little bit more so we can all learn how to bring the divinity out from us and to serve humanity in a much better way, to fulfill our purpose in life here on earth. So thank you, Swamiji, for that beautiful message. We are having more viewers and very good comments and compliments coming for our program. We have a friend here, Shashwata Sinha from Dayton. She says, very deep yet simple explanation of complex ideas, Swamiji. Excellent discussion topics. Thank you for this enriching session. So we have friends joining in from different parts of USA, and we are very blessed to have you today, Swamiji. Let us continue our discussion here. If whenever we visit Ramakrishna mission ashrams anywhere in the world, and here Vivekananda Vedanta Society in Chicago, and last summer we had the good fortune of visiting Ganges retreat with our family in Michigan. Anytime we visit, we see one very unique aspect of the Ramakrishna mission and order. That is, on the pedestal, we see the photos of Jesus Christ, Buddha, and others. So basically, we see the embracing of different religions. So could you kindly tell us a little bit more about that? And also, if you could please help us understand what is the commonality in the major religions of the world that all of us as humans can follow rather than sticking to our specific religion. What are those commonality that we can understand and follow?
See, as I was telling about the philosophy, I was born and brought up in a Hindu atmosphere, Hindu philosophy. I became Hindu. So someone is born and brought up in a Muslim, that philosophy made him a Muslim. The same way, the religion means the paths. So they take us to the God, and philosophy guides us. And now I will show you one book that I have published over here in Chicago, The Many Ways to God. You see, The Many Ways to God, that there I have, in brief, I have given all the religions when they've started, who started it, what is the main, the philosophy, etc., etc. And at the end of this, I have given the one this way. I have given that each and every religion, they have a goal, and to reach that goal, what is the practices they do? And you will wonder, all religions are doing the same practices: the fasting, telling the truth, visiting the holy places, and giving alms to the poor, helping the poor, and taking the holy name of God. All religion. If all the actions are same, the result is supposed to be the same. So that exactly what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he practiced and found and then propagated. And he said all paths are leading to the same goal. And he said that in a beautiful way. He said that if you go to a pond, and it has four approaches to the water, and one person coming down from one side, taking the water and claiming this is aqua. Another is telling, no, how can this be aqua? This is water. Another will come and take the same water and say, this is pani. And this way, if they fight, so naturally, they're peculiar. The same water in different names. So long back, almost 10,000 years before, our first book, spiritual book of all religions, the first book is Rigveda. This Rigveda, it mentions Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Badanti. Sat means the truth is one, but the teachers, the Vipra, they are telling it and in different names. That's all. An example, Lord Buddha. If you go to India, our Lord Buddha is having eyes like us, feature like us. If you go to Japan, their Lord Buddha, but their feature just like a Japanese. And if you go to China, different than Japan. And that way, Lord Buddha, and he himself will be in difficulty. Hey, which one is actually me? So if he comes, I'm just joking. So different type of images, but we are all going towards the Lord Buddha. The same way, and in Hinduism, we are broad enough, that's why we never fight. If you go to the South India, there's Subramaniam. He's having two wives, Lakshmi, Saraswati, both sides. That is Kartikeya. Subramaniam is Kartikeya. If you go to the eastern part, Kartikeya is a strict bachelor. Now, we don't have any problem. When you go to the south, we go to the Subramaniam temple and we pray to him, and we come to the east, we found the same Kartikeya as bachelor. We know God in different form because we like to see God in that. God is actually one. But we like to see God in this form. Knowingly, unknowingly, Hindus are accepting this, and that's why Hindu is so broad. Any Hindu temple in America, if you go there, that concept I like very much. It is not only one temple, it is a Hindu temple. And so many gods and goddesses are there, no problem for us. I like Ma Durga, I go to Ma Durga first, and then I go to Sri Ramchandra, I go to Hanumanji. So there's no problem. So this is the way all paths are leading to the same goal. Where is the difference? It is politics. It is economy. It is society. It is not religion. We take religion, the name of religion, then we fight. In reality, religion has nothing to do with it. Now the science, suppose the doctors and the scientists, they are developing the vaccine against the COVID-19, the vaccine. A different country, different names of the vaccines, different names, different company, different, but the same vaccine. Maybe power is little less and power is little more. Maybe somebody will be claiming our vaccine is working 92% successful. Someone like that they're claiming whatever it may be, and we are satisfied that we have taken the vaccine. Which vaccine? In India, it's different name. Here, different name. In other countries, different name. But what is protection against the COVID-19, isn't it?
Correct.
And if we fight, it's the companies they are fighting. You must take my product. So it is the economical fighting, not the vaccine, not the scientists. They develop the same thing. The research is the same. So, friends, this is the point we should understand very clearly. And here stands Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda. And they always say unity in diversity. Not that you have to change your language or religion for me. I am a Hindu, I will die as a Hindu. You are a Christian or Muslim, you also continue in that. Only we should not criticize each other. And we should not try to block your path. Rather, we will support you. Oh, you like to do this? Continue. I am with you. If we do this now, all over the world, it will be one family. Wherever you go, the same human being, and they love you because they love their God. Some, they're loving their Jehovah, and for that, whoever comes to that place, they say, it is Jehovah in them, so I should love them. So that is the reason, if we can truly understand this. Friends, you know, I'm trying. I am a very humble person. I don't have anything. But the idea goes on. I pray to God. And recently we have purchased a church, old church, in the Chicago area, and now reconstructing it. There, we like to practice this idea. I will invite different religious groups and will ask them, please explain your God. What is your God? Nothing but love.
Yeah, correct.
He will say, my God loves me. And I will say, my God loves me, actually, the same God. So like that, sometimes the children will be fighting in their about their parents. My mother is the best in the world. Somebody will, no, my mother is the best. I mean, mothers are mothers, and all are good. So like that, we should not be behaving like children. And one mistake in the name of religion, that brings the bloodshed everywhere.
Correct.
So we have to understand, and modern society, we are so well connected, and somebody will come and say something, we are not going to accept that, because immediately we'll go to Google and nothing is happening. Why you are interpreting this in this way? So that is the best thing that we can do now. So again, there, intra-religion, I am worshipping Lord Krishna, and other groups are also worshipping Lord Krishna, the ISKCON, and so many there. All Hindus are worshipping Lord Krishna. Now, why should we not be friendly? I am worshipping Lord Krishna because of this quality. You are worshipping Lord Krishna because you find other qualities, but we are all loving the same God. So why can't we love each other? Maybe little jealousy may be there. Oh, God should love to me. This children's jealousy. My father should love me more than my brother. It may be little there. But we should not be so cruel. In the name of religion, we should cut each other's throat. So that we should understand very clearly. And then we need not to go to heaven. This world of ours will be the heaven. The heaven is nothing but love, understanding, helping each other. That's all.
What a wonderful message, Swamiji. Thank you. That was a very blessed message for us. So we do see that there are, even within Hindus also, there are people who want to worship different colored idol versus a different colored idol. We see arguments over such very small petty issues also. So your message was wonderful. Just believe, follow your faith for the right reasons. I think that's
what is God? Love and unselfishness.
correct.
So if I like to be like God, what I should be? Full of love and unselfishness. And the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 26 wonderful character, the good qualities, divine qualities, Lord has listed. Those who are worshipping Krishna, do they try to develop those qualities? Only Krishna will eat makhan, Krishna will all those things. Are Krishna, what he will eat, he knows. But only thing, are you truly loving Krishna? Then try to develop those good qualities. In the 12th chapter, from the 13th to 19th sloka, Lord is so clear. I love those devotees who are having these qualities. Can't you understand that? What is religion? Is the transformation. And how the transformation will come? By developing wonderful qualities. That is religion.
That is wonderful. And how would you recommend that viewers and us who are listening to you work on developing those qualities? Are there books that we should be reading, or what would you recommend us to follow?
The 2-3 things that always they say, that is sadhu sangha. So you have to listen to a very positive talk, positive way, and then among yourselves also, when you are reading the books, exchanging your views, the goal to develop the good qualities, the concern for others and love and all those things. Each and every one of us know. When I go to somebody's house, if by opening the door and that gentleman says, "Oh, you're so good, you have come," I feel so happy. And if somebody has come to visit my house, I open the door and told, "Oh, you are now. I'm so busy. Anyway, you should have given a call. What is the matter? We can't we meet afterward?" Then what he will feel.
Right.
So if you want those things, that you should give to others, that much. In the Mahabharata, this says, what you want from others, give it to others too. And that is the greatest dharma. We can always do it. We can always do it. Practice, practice, and practice. If I make any mistake, so I do some criticism, I do some backbiting, then I will come and say, "Oh, I did mistake. Lord, please forgive me. Now, I forgot this. From tomorrow again, I will try. Tomorrow, again. One day will come, you will find you cannot think negative. And you will always find, each one is mine. How can I think bad about him or her? So that is called, and know for sure, you are God-realized person. When your mind will be full of love for everyone, when a little suffering somewhere in the world will bring tears to your eyes, know that you are a God-realized person. You need not to go that God will come before you and the light will come and all that. Whether it comes or not, it doesn't matter. We have to see whether we are a changed person. That is the thing.
That is very educational for us, Swamiji. So on a day-to-day basis, just listening to positive thoughts, having those positive feelings and mindset, and practicing, as you said, selflessness, being kind to each other, all those are great ways to get the divine qualities out. So wonderful message.
And Vijaya, through
Yes,
you, I
please.
can request the devotees also,
Yes,
as
please.
because we have a Ganges retreat.
Correct.
And of course, you have to give little donation because for the maintenance, we need that. So if you go there, maybe with your 1 or 2 friends, and 3 days, completely mona, don't talk, don't read, don't nothing, only watch your own mind. What are the thoughts crossing your own mind? And take a notebook and note it down. Don't show it to anyone. This is your very personal. Just watch your mind. What are the thoughts are going over there? And when you find these type of thoughts, you go to our shrine and pray to God. God, I have come to you. Please remove all those negative thoughts from my mind. I like to develop the positive thinking within me. I like to be like you. So if you go on praying 3 days, that's called Nirjan Bas, and the living in the solitude, that will change you. Once in a year, if you can do, go in group. But after reaching over there, 3 days, you say no talking. Only at the time of lunch, maybe a little, and maybe at the time of dinner. Otherwise, like an ascetic, all alone. If it is a bit good weather, go and sit under a tree and just look at the sky. Go on reading your own thoughts. That's all. And you will find so many wonderful thoughts are crossing in your mind. And you will know yourself. So know thyself, as they, in the Vedanta they say. So you have to go to solitude sometime. That is also the suggestion of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna.
That is good to hear, Swamiji. And for our viewers, if you do not know, Ganges Retreat is in Michigan, and it is a wonderful place to visit. There not only is it is away from civilization, it has its own place, many acres of land, but it has this beautiful architecture, beautiful building, and there are stories of of Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharada Devi, all in depicted in lovely sculptures and beautiful way. And as I mentioned, our children and us had visited last summer. We thought we will be done visiting in 45 minutes to an hour, but we took 3 to 4 hours. Children were so engaged learning about stories. So I highly recommend all our viewers to please visit Ganges Retreat with a family. And for the particular opportunity that Swamiji just mentioned, I believe, Swamiji, you are saying we should go as individuals, spend some time, and understand our own thoughts, and we will get more self-awareness.
It's called sadhana. It's called
Sadhana.
the spiritual practice. So this type of sadhana, if you do, and mauna palan, sadhana, that will be mauna. The maunam for maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days, according to your capacity. If you can do, it will be really good. You will know yourself.
And Swamiji, there is one question that came to my mind just now as you were explaining. As you know, I practice yoga. So when I'm practicing yoga, even for that duration of half an hour or 1 hour, I feel that I am reading my thoughts more. I feel more self-awareness. So do you also agree to that
Yes, sure. See
process?
this yoga. We actually nowadays we are thinking the yoga means only physical. The yoga is fully connected with the psychology, the mind. The asanas and all those a little in the beginning. Then with that strong body, and by that time when you are practicing yoga, you are withdrawing your mind from the external thoughts.
Correct.
That helps you to meditate. So
Correct.
the goal is yoga is union with the Supreme God.
Correct. Thank you, Swamiji, for assuring us about these paths and helping us understand them more. I hope more of our friends visit both Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago, get an opportunity to get blessings from you in person, as well as go stay in the retreat, Ganges Retreat. That is a wonderful place to visit. Now, moving on to our conversation, I again request all our viewers to please do share our live feed on your Facebook timeline so more friends can take advantage of Swamiji's message here and get his blessings. Um, and I would like to ask you, Swamiji, from what many of us understand, that our soul does not die, although the human body dies. We understand, especially being Hindus, I think we grow up with that understanding that soul is eternal. It is permanent. There is no happiness or sorrow can affect the soul. But still, in what we see is in both Eastern and Western societies, when someone passes away, most people say, "May the soul rest in peace." Can you please help us understand what that actually means? If soul is not affected by any of the feelings, then why do we pray for it to rest in peace?
You must have heard there's a Paramatma, Jivatma. These two
Correct.
words.
Yes.
The Paramatma means the supreme self. That never changes. It has no birth or death. So when we say the soul is permanent, we actually mentioned about the Paramatma. But when we pray, may his soul rest in peace after the demise of someone, we refer to Jivatma. And what is this Jivatma? that when we say I, the ego, what is that? The Vedanta says it is the reflection of the Paramatma's consciousness on our buddhi, then on our intellect. Just reflection. But it gets so identified with that, so we travel with that mind to different bodies because of the karma phala. So we work and we think, and naturally, who is going to pay for that? You have to. So that is called the jivatma. And when they die, they go to that another body. So we always pray, let him be in peace. If you have noticed, when a dead body is lying on the pyre, in India particularly, and his son or someone close to that deceased person will be carrying a full of water, some pitcher on his shoulder, and go round 7 times, sometimes 3 times. And someone will, particularly the priest, if it is there, so he will make a hole on that, and the water goes on falling. And what is that water falling? Is the karma phala, the symbolic that the man is going away and he is leaving his karma phala here itself, and then he will go only and get liberation. So to make it more clear, the permanent self is Paramatma. When we talk about the self is eternal, we mention about the Paramatma. When you talk about the self, that it must get the peace, we talk about the Jivatma. And Jivatma is the reflection of the Paramatma on our intellect. And the Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahamkara. That this Buddhi, this intellect part, is very subtle, and on that the reflection of the consciousness is called Aham, I consciousness. We always say I, and that I is nothing but the reflection of that. Now, this reflection, we take it for granted that this is permanent. And the whole life goes on that, on the reflection. And we think it is a permanent, and we go on doing many things where it goes to the mind. And what is the mind? So that is called Sutratma, Shukshmatma, and that's called subtle body, and that goes on changing the body after body, not the Paramatma. And the karma phala, though as I was telling, we show that we are leaving over here and then the body is burning. So have you noticed that
Yes.
the one dead body and the people are roaming like that? That is the karma phala. But karma phala goes with the mind. So that's why we always try to pray, let his soul be in peace. So that is the prayer, the
Okay.
Jivatma.
Understood. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for explaining that to us. I was wondering about that, so it is a wonderful explanation. Appreciate that. And Swamiji, when we are living life many times, when we come across struggles in life, we face hopeless situations, despair, when we are losing hope, how do you think we should approach life? Normally, we start questioning, why are we alive? Why do we have the life? We tend to question the basics of life. So what, according to you, is life? How should we approach life, especially in the tough situations in life?
So the life is nothing but expansion. The Swami Vivekananda gave a wonderful definition. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. Now, suppose you are mixing with so many people, and in a gathering, when you are not there, many will inquire, hey, she has not come. Where is she? And that is called leaving. But if somebody is there all the time, closing the doors and windows, not mixing with people, not talking with people, never caring for others, people don't know about him. He is just surviving in a corner. He is more dead than alive. So life is expansion. The more you grow. Now, this is the basis of the life, expansion. Sometimes challenges come. Sometimes difficulties come. So what should we do? First thing in the life, if you can have one or two good friends, the friends are those who will be always with you. They all know what actually you are, but still they will be always supporting you. If you have that friend that you can exchange your views, you can talk to them, that will be a great help. This is the first thing. Secondly, if you have a guru who can guide you positively. Third, you have to develop the strong mind. Now I am 50. So 50 years I have lived nicely. At this moment, reaching after 50, some problem has come, but nothing is permanent. As the happiness that was there in me, or the success that was there in my life, as it has gone, the failure that has come, it will also go. Again, the success will come. Let me wait and prepare myself. So make a routine. If you go on brooding over your failure, every day you are going to sleep with what is going to happen to me, what will happen to me. If you go on thinking, brooding over your weakness, you will become more weak. But if you think something good is going to happen, and then you will find surely something good will happen. So that is the way the things always go. Maybe sometimes a long period of time you have to wait and patiently, and you have to develop yourself, and someday surely you'll be successful. Surely. One person, he was very rich, and before independence, and in those days he was having one car. You can imagine the having a car in the pre-independence India, and he was in Lahore. So, as a the Punjabi Hindu, very rich man, he used to help the asrama, sannyasis, the new. Then afterwards, the partition came. People they were scattered, and no one knew what is happening. Then ultimately, our Swamis, they were in Karachi. Their asrama was burned. They all somehow came. One Muslim gentleman helped them. So somehow they came to India. Then one of the Swamis who was in Delhi that time, he was waiting. Suddenly he saw one gentleman is driving a tanga. That in Delhi you find that horse-drawn that carriage. The tanga is. He said, "Hey, are you not that?" "Oh yeah, Swamiji, how are you? It's so nice to see you." "But you are driving a tanga? So what to do, Swamiji?" "Because God gave me so much of money, I enjoyed. Now God took everything away from me, and He's gracious that He didn't take away the family members. So somehow I could cross the border. Now my wife was having some jewelries. I sold those and purchased these two horses and this cart. And whatever I earned the whole day, and I'm strong, I can do that. I am earning, and we are very happy. Now we have rented a house, and we are very happy. Whatever I earn, 25% I spent for feeding these horses, and 75 I'm giving to my family. So if that man was going on crying, sitting by the side of the road, people will come and say, oh poor man, oh poor man. But as speakers, he just shook up all those. When I was rich, it was rich. When this is the moment and this is this, I will do that. So if thatness, immediately God's blessing will come. And the last sloka of the Bhagavad Gita, 700 words of the Bhagavad Gita, and it says, the Arjuna is active, and when the Lord Krishna, his blessing is with Arjuna, there is success. Assure for that. So that is the last thing. We have to be up and doing. We have to have the confidence. Oh, I now this thing is not happening. I will do this. Never ever weaken your mind for any situation. Never. And never criticize also. And you will find again the friends will come. Again they will stand by your side. They will help you. There's sometimes the husband and wife, the quarrel comes to this God help them, they be always happy. Sometimes it happens. Now, if the husband goes away, am I going to die? No, before marriage, I was alone. Now, after all these years I was with him, now, okay, now again I am going to be alone. The last part of my life also I can manage. No problem for me. I will do it. So that is the way. Maybe sometimes society will look at these and that. Afterwards, any success, society will always come and bow. And if you go to the society and say, this happened, that happened, you try to explain them, is ruthless. They won't listen to you or rather criticize you. So be clear to your own mind and say, this is the situation. Previously it was like this. At present it is like this. I am happy. I'm not going to do anything wrong. But I like to live my life. As long as I am surviving, living, I should be happy. Because happiness, that is my goal. I must achieve that.
Thank you, Swamiji. Your message, your words bring hopes to so many out there and guides them in the right way, how to face life, what should we consider, how to approach life. Thank you so much for that message. And we do have a lot of viewers with us. Yes, please, Swamiji.
I remembered a story in the
Sure.
life of Lord Buddha.
Yes,
Lord
please.
Buddha was, the prince. Then he became the monk. He went to for bhiksha, for getting the alms. He went to a gentleman's house and asked, "Can you please help me giving some little food?" Then that man was going on criticizing. I know you people, you are the parasite of the society, and all this. Oh, going on using very bad, filthy words. Buddha quietly standing. When he stopped, then the Buddha said, "Sir, I have a question." "What is that?" "Suppose you like to give me some gift, and if I don't accept those gifts, then where it will go?" "Hey, you don't understand. If you don't accept those gifts, it will remain with me." Then he said, "All those filthy bad words that you gave me as a gift, I am not accepting. It remains with you." So that is the way we have to behave. If you like to criticize me, I will listen to you. You are criticizing me? Oh, good. Well, that is the good point. That the person who was criticizing me, he will be confused.
Yeah.
What is it? It is, I am not going to be affected by any word because I am the master of my own mind. So if you become like that, then the Swami, all the sannyasis are getting the in the name Swami. What is that Swami? Master. Whose master we are? My mind. I am the I am the master of my own mind. I won't allow my mind to suffer or to be very jubilant when it is successful. I will tell the mind, hey, behave like this. You should listen to it. And if you can do that, at the end of every Sannyasis name, there is Ananda. Ananda means
Correct.
joy.
Yes.
So if you can do that, control your mind, then you will be in bliss, you will be in joy. No one can put you in suffering. I am very happy. So the Swami and the Ananda, in between, that is the name. Swami Viveka Ananda.
Right.
Viveka means discrimination. Swami Ishatmananda.
Correct,
Ishwa
Swamiji.
Atma Ananda. The Swami, the master, Isha, the God, Atma is my soul. God is my soul. And so I am very happy. So why should I be crying for this and that? But to whom I am going for help? God is with me. So that is the way we should be like.
It's so beautiful, Swamiji. It's such a powerful message. Also, just making our strong's mind strong and thinking about it in that way. It is a powerful message. And actually, to share one personal story with you, we have been introducing our children to Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Mission since they were little. And my second son, whose name is Aditya, he asked me one day, "Mummy, if I become a monk, will my name be changed to Swami Adityananda? So he wanted to know how his name will be changed. So is that name given by the Ramakrishna mission when somebody goes
Yes,
for
yes.
becomes a monk?
It is the sannyasa guru. The one is the Diksha Guru, we give initiation, but
Okay.
the sannyasa, only the Pramukh Swami, the President Swami of the order, he gives.
They decide
And
on the name.
and then it is a long process of 7 days that you have to practice these, that. Then ultimately, that early morning, the Guru calls them, and before that, they go on reading about that particular boy. He was this name, his character is like this, he is like this, he is like that. Then the Swami will say, give this name to him. So almost they try to give according to his character and behavior. So
Wonderful.
like that.
Thank
Mhm.
you for sharing that with us, Swamiji. And we do have a lot of viewers with us who are getting your blessings today and listening to your message today. And one of the viewers, Dhiren Patel, is asking a question. So if you don't mind, I will read it for you.
Yeah,
He
please.
says, Rama and Krishna were kings as of elected Mukhya Mantri now. Is that true? His understanding.
Repeat again, please.
he I'm going to leave it on the screen as well. He
Hmm.
asks, Rama and Krishna were kings as of elected Mukhyamantri now. Is that true?
As of elected Mukhyamantri means our chief ministers of the country, like that.
Perhaps, yes. Yes,
Perhaps.
Swamiji.
Oh no, they were true kings. Mukhyamantri is only one small province, and but they were true kings. Particularly the Rama's kingdom. It was from as they call it, Ayodhya. Ayodhya was the capital. In the Ramayana that I'm studying for the Trinidad devotees, their capital is only Ayodhya, and it was beautiful and it was protected, and no one could enter or capture the war. So that is Ayodhya. So that was the name of the Ayodhya, and there they long up to the Punjab and the Multan. That was their kingdom. It was a big kingdom. Rama's father was a big king. The Krishna himself could become a huge king, but Krishna never wanted that. So of course he was a king of that. They are not like the Mukhyamantris. We can say the big kings.
Right. Thank you, Swamiji. And we do have a lot of viewers who are getting your blessings and message today. Manan Bhai Rawal, who is our CEO for Bharat Media, has tuned in as well, and he sends his pranams to you.
Thank you.
Dr. Gowda from Dayton, Ohio, his daughter Anu Batra from California, and many other people from different parts of USA. So thank you so much, Swamiji, for being here with us, firstly, and giving your wonderful message and blessings. So, for our viewers, we would like to remind that this is our second session in His Holiness presence. And in our first session, we came to know about Swamiji's extraordinary life as a monk. You should all definitely watch the video. It is available on our YouTube and Facebook page as well. And please understand how his journey was. It is not at all an ordinary person's life journey. So that was amazing for us to know, and also how he chose to be a monk, and the rigorous training that he underwent, and all the struggles and victories in Andaman as well as Arunachal Pradesh. And he visited Chicago. He actually came to Chicago in 2013, which was monumental time because it was the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. He again faced initial challenges there, and despite all these challenges everywhere, Swamiji, you were able to overcome them and succeed in taking your mission and service to humanity forward. Would you kindly tell us, you have made such a significant difference in so many people's lives, and you faced so many challenges and still became victorious. What would you attribute your success in life to, and what do you consider as your biggest victory in life, Swamiji?
To be honest, I am. I don't know. I am not at all an intellectual person. I am very humble type of person. And but I always imagine, I always meditate that I am sitting on the lap of the Divine Mother. And as a child, I'm sitting and mother is holding me like this. And I'm very happy. And sometimes I get down from the lap and go running somewhere and do something and come back and sit over there. So I always pray, if anything good has happened to the society and to the any individual, it is because of the Divine Mother. And anything that somebody felt that I have harmed, that is because of my fault. That is, I always think in that way. Any success or anything because of the mother, the mother's power, the divine power, the goddess Durga Shakti. So that is the I always believe, and that is only my source and nothing else, and nothing else. Friends, and Vijaya, I will tell, our life is, we do not know when it's going. You live long, I must pray, but we do not know what is going to happen
Right, right.
to in our life. But the period of time that we are going to survive, we are going to live, we should try to be good and try to do good to others. So let that be our motto. Be good and try to do good to others. So, how to be good? By practicing that Pancha Mahayagya all the time. That then every time, God, please use me as your instrument so that I can also help others and can understand that I am serving you in the living beings. So sometimes we can help by monetarily, or some things we can give, and we can inspire people who are for breaking down. We can go listen to them and inspire them with the positive words. But that way, be good and do good. So that should be our motto. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Shall I?
Swamiji. Those words are so enlightening to us. They are very touching, especially coming from you in such simple ways, simple explanation that really helps all of us. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us today, Swamiji. And before we and we always take extra time from you. That is what I just looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God, I took so much of Swamiji's time. So I would just like to ask you one last question. If at all you have any information to share about activities of Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago or the Ganges retreat, anything that is available for our audience to get benefits from, devotees to get benefits from, would you like to share, please?
So here, we have now the four different places. The one is the place I am sitting now here. That's called Homer Glen. It's a village, and we have a shrine every day, morning and evening prayer and arati, and there'll be the celebrations like Durga Puja, Kali Puja, Sri Ramakrishna birthday, all these things we do. And from here, we try to help some poor people in India. The people, they send money to us, and then we then forward that to our different centers, sometimes the orphanage. That is the main work we do. And like this, the talk and giving the lectures and reading the holy books, every day there will be one or two talks like that. That is the main job that you do over here. Now, as I told you, and we are trying to develop Home of Harmony, and in the Home of Harmony, we'll be organizing slowly the different type of programs like inter-religious, intra-faith, then cultural program. The different cultural people, they will come and they will mix together for the children, and that we will teach them the Indian yogas and the arts and dances like this. All that program will be there. Third is in Michigan. There we will have only for the retreat. The people from the vortex of the work, they will come and stay over there, maybe with their family and friends, maybe alone. And we will try to provide them a good library, good quiet place for them, and very good living so that they can once again, after the retreat, they can go back and join in their fight in the life. This is the three things we are trying to do. Main, and how you can join us. So you can always help us monetarily because we need a lot of money to maintain all this. And you can help us sometimes as a volunteer. Then you can come and do some work for us. And also, if you, as Vijaya was telling, spread out the message to the people as maximum as possible to your friends and relatives that it is possible to be positive. It is possible to be good. It is possible to change this society. Because Swami Vivekananda dreamed that we should be the best in this whole world. How? By becoming good, best, so that we can go out and reach the whole world. That is the way, that is my planning. Then I am disclosing now to here, I have a dream that if we could make a huge sum money, so we could announce that anyone helping other religious people in the all over the world, anywhere, we will give them and then some, or it's called like the Nobel Prize, like the respect and some good amount to them to encourage them. So people doing good work in different parts of the world, we should be with them, encouraging them. So these are my planning.
That is wonderful to hear, Swamiji. Also, I believe you still have registration open for the Hinduism course until the
That's 31st, that is the last.
until the end of the month. So if anybody would like to learn more, Swamiji is offering Hinduism course. Please do visit the Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago website. Kindly get all the information there. If you have further questions, you can email Swamiji from there and ask the questions. And as you saw, Swamiji is so ever so humble and so modest despite his high position and wonderful accomplishments and so much wisdom that he has. So we feel blessed to be in his presence always, that when he takes time to be with us. This is amazing, Swamiji. Thank you once again for
Thank
taking
you.
the time to be with us and for blessing all of us. And we do hope that Corona situation ends soon and we can all visit you again in person. And best wishes for you also for the good health and happiness. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for being
Thank
with us
you, thank
today.
you. So we have very good kitchen, but no cook. So you in person you can come and cook for yourself, and I will also share that.
Oh, wonderful, Swamiji. That is good to know. That is good to know. Thank you for welcoming us there too. Thank you.
Okay.
We will see you again, Swamiji.
Thank
Pranams.
you very much.
Pranams. To our viewers, hope you enjoyed this program and hope you felt enlightened and enriched listening to Swami Ishatmanandaji of Vivekananda Vedanta Society. He's the president there. He took extra time to be with us and explain to us Vedanta, Advaita, and about more about Swami Vivekananda's message back in 1893, which is still so relevant in this today's world. So I hope if you have missed this program from the beginning, I hope you will take a little bit more time to come back to our Facebook page or YouTube channel and watch the program in entirety, today's session as well as the Vijayapatha session before with Swami Ishatmanandaji. Thank you so much for tuning in. We welcome your requests and suggestions for our programming. Please do email us at info@bharatfm.com. And once again, please stay happy, stay healthy, stay tuned, and until next time, namaste.
Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, welcome and adab. You are listening to Bharat FM, a one of its kind, multilingual, eclectic provider of entertainment, information, and news to Indian Americans. Headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bharat FM airs shows out of Cincinnati, Chicago, and Phoenix. We take pleasure in our ability to cater to your bhakti, chusti, sphurti, shakti, and masti needs with our audio and visual shows. Check out bharatfm.com for our online program schedule and archives. I'm sure the content will definitely tickle your senses. Tune in via the 24-hour web streaming on bharatfm.com or via the Bharat FM app. More information can be procured at 513-488-5070.
This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.